নমস্কাৰ আপোনালোকে চাই আছে বিজনেছ নৰ্থ ইষ্ট অসমৰ নদীৰ পাৰত থকা জনস্বাস্থ্যৰ ব্যৱধান পূৰণৰ লক্ষ্য এমএছডিছ মোবাইল ক্লিনিক যি সময়ত অসমত বিশেষকৈ নদীৰ পাৰৰ কঠিন অঞ্চলসমূহত স্বাস্থ্য সেৱাৰ ক্ষমতা এক জৰুৰী নীতিগত প্ৰত্যাহ্বান হৈয়ে আছে সেই সময়ত এমএছডি ফাৰ্মাচিউটিকেলছ প্ৰাইভেট লিমিটেডে স্মাইল ফাউণ্ডেশ্যনৰ সৈতে চিএছআৰ সমৰ্থিত অংশীদাৰিত্বৰ জৰিয়তে ৰাজ্যখনৰ খণ্ডিত স্বাস্থ্য সেৱাৰ পৰিৱেশত প্ৰৱেশ কৰিছে বাধ্যতামূলক চিএছআৰ ব্যয়ৰ অধীনত জুখিব পৰা সামাজিক প্ৰভাৱ প্ৰদানৰ বাবে ভাৰতৰ কৰ্পৰেট খণ্ডৰ ওপৰত ক্ৰমাৎ নিৰীক্ষণৰ অধীনত থকাৰ সময়তে এই পদক্ষেপে গ্ৰাম্য স্বাস্থ্য প্ৰদানৰ সৈতে ব্যৱসায়িক জবাবদিহিতাক একত্ৰিত কৰিছে দুটা ভ্ৰাম্যমাণ চিকিৎসা ইউনিট এমএমইউ আৰু এটা নাও ক্লিনিকৰ জৰিয়তে যিখন অসমৰ 12খন জিলা আৰু দৰং বৰপেটা আৰু দক্ষিণ শালমৰাকে ধৰি 12খন জিলা আৰু 12টা দ্বীপ ক্লাষ্টাৰত এতিয়া কাৰ্যক্ষম হৈ আছে বছৰি 25,000ৰো অধিক হিতাধিকাৰীক লক্ষ্য কৰি লোৱা এই প্ৰকল্পটোৱে এমএছডিৰ কৌশলগত চিএছআৰ অসমত প্ৰৱেশৰ চিহ্নিত কৰে ভাৰতৰ 17খন অনুন্নত জিলাত বহল স্বাস্থ্য সেৱা হস্তক্ষেপৰ অংশ বহু কেইখনক নীতি আয়োগে আকাংক্ষিত বুলি ইতিমধ্যে অভিহিত কৰিছে
Northeast is also a part of the government of India's initiative. I think Prime Minister has been talking about Northeast, that Northeast is now the development gateway for India. And that is the reason, like this time we have like chosen Assam to get the MSD footprint along with Smile into the state of Assam.
So, as you have mentioned earlier in the press conference, the press briefings about the districts, particularly you have chosen some kind of districts here in Assam. Why those places has been chosen, and what are your further districts that you are going to cover up after these phase?
So the districts that we have chosen are all aspirational districts. So, like as per the government of India guidelines, the aspirational districts are like they are very underdeveloped. And yesterday when we visited South Salmara, so I think we actually saw like how it is benefiting the beneficiaries, gave us that feedback. To answer your other question on how many more districts, I think let's start with the first three, and then as things progress, we may add more districts in the future.
In fact, my colleague has already mentioned that we are just supporting this endeavor through MSD, through Smile Foundation, and Smile Foundation is our implementing partner. So they will be looking after and taking care of the entire operational part, where it is the logistics, supply chain, reaching out to the patient, repeat follow-ups, OPDs, all the, as I mentioned, that the mobile van, medical mobile unit consists all the equipments for testing, for detection. So all those things will be maintained by Smile Foundation, and we will keep an eye, and we will monitor, and also we will make the impact study, that what kind of impact it has created down the line.
Also, you have not just launched the Smile found that mobile van on wheels, but also the boat you have launched. Would you like to mention about what are the features that people are going to avail through that?
Yeah. So all the features which I mentioned in medical mobile unit, which is, of course, there would be a doctor, there would be a nurse, there would be a counselor, and of course the driver. Similarly, in the boat clinic as well, we have all these facilities. In addition to that, we will have many equipments for testing and detection. In addition to that, we would also have the drugs, medicines available in the boat. So after OPD and the required tests which are conducted, post that whatever medicines are prescribed will also be provided to the beneficiaries in the boat as well.
পৰৱৰ্তী বাতৰি টায়াৰ উদ্যোগৰ ISPEED প্ৰগ্ৰামে ৰবৰ আমদানিৰ নিৰ্ভৰশীলতা 40% হ্ৰাস কৰিবলৈ বিচাৰিছে বছৰি 8,000 কোটি টকা ৰাহি কৰিব ৰবৰ আমদানিৰ ব্যয় বৃদ্ধি আৰু অস্থিৰ বিশ্বৰ যোগান শৃংখলৰ লগে লগে ভাৰতৰ আগশাৰী টায়াৰ নিৰ্মাতা কোম্পানীসমূহে উত্তৰ পূবৰ ওপৰত নিজৰ দৃষ্টি নিবদ্ধ কৰিছে MRF CEAT JK টায়াৰ আৰু এপল টায়াৰ এক বিৰল সহযোগিতাৰে ISPEED ইনৰোড স্কিলিং এণ্ড প্ৰডাকচন এফিচিয়েন্সি এনহান্সমেন্ট ড্ৰাইভ কাৰ্যসূচীত 145 কোটি টকা বিনিয়োগ কৰিছে যাৰ লক্ষ্য হৈছে জটিল কেঁচামালৰ উৎপাদক স্থানীয়কৰণ কৰা CSR প্ৰচেষ্টা হিচাপে নহয় বৰঞ্চ কৌশলগত যোগান শৃংখলৰ পদক্ষেপ পদক্ষেপ হিচাপে এই কাৰ্যসূচীয়ে 94খন জিলাৰ 2 লাখ ৰবৰ খেতিয়ক আৰু টেপাৰক প্ৰশিক্ষণ দিয়াৰ পৰিকল্পনা কৰিছে যিয়ে ভাৰতৰ খণ্ডিত প্ৰাকৃতিক ৰবৰ উদ্যোগত পৰিসৰ গুণগত মান আৰু বহন ক্ষমতাক আগুৱাই লৈ যাব এই পদক্ষেপে ভাৰতৰ ৰবৰ আমদানিৰ ওপৰত নিৰ্ভৰশীলতাক 40% হ্ৰাস কৰিব পাৰে যাৰ ফলত বছৰি 8,000 কোটি টকা ৰাহি হোৱাৰ সম্ভাৱনা আছে গুৱাহাটীত আৰম্ভ হোৱা ISPEED ভাৰতৰ টায়াৰ উদ্যোগৰ কৌশলত এক গুৰুত্বপূৰ্ণ পৰিৱৰ্তন সাধন কৰিছে উত্তৰ পূৰ্বত এক স্বয়ংসম্পন্ন দক্ষ ঘৰুৱা ৰবৰৰ পৰিৱেশ তন্ত্ৰ গঢ়ি তুলিছে ভাৰতৰ ৰবৰ বোৰ্ড আৰু বাণিজ্য মন্ত্ৰালয়ৰ সহযোগত ISPEEDৰ 5 বছৰীয়া পৰিকল্পনাৰ লক্ষ্যই হৈছে সমগ্ৰ উত্তৰ পূব ভাৰত আৰু পশ্চিম বংগৰ ৰবৰ খেতিয়ক আৰু শ্ৰমিকসকলক লক্ষ্য কৰি ভাৰতৰ 75,000 কোটি টকা টায়াৰ খণ্ডৰ বাবে উৎপাদনশীলতা গুণগত মান আৰু দীৰ্ঘম্যাদী পিছপৰা সংহতি বৃদ্ধি কৰা
First of all, this initiation is by four major tire companies, which is MRF, JK, Apollo, and Seat Tires, which is initiated by the Commerce Ministry, where we invest in rubber plantations in Northeast, where rubber a product which production there is an opportunity of further growth of rubber in Northeast. So with that, we have invested over 1,100 crores eventually after 5 years of plantation and with that we will look at how to skill the people, skill the workmen, skill the farmers and so that their output and the productivity of tapping rubber will also increase.
And also, I would like to ask the questions about the production about Northeast. What's the total production you're expecting in the next 2 years from Northeast?
That may be a little too early because these are plants which has just been planted. So normally rubber takes about 7 years before it starts yielding production. So only after 7 years you will see the first set of production coming in because once it starts yielding, they can yield for the next 15-20 years. So that is how the production will be.
But can you give us the average rent, from just the hectares that you have, the calculated?
Yeah. So normally per hectare they'll give about 1,500 kgs per hectare per year. That is the average production this thing. So once the production is in full swing, that will be the yield which they will get per year.
And exactly how many people have been enrolled in this farming, in this production?
There is totally about 1,30,000 farmers which is involved in this right now. But eventually, when the whole scheme is implemented, there will be over 2 lakh farmers and workers involved in this.
You know that we have already done 1,25,000 hectares and we are very confident that based on the progress of the last 2 years where we have planted close to 95,000 hectares, planting this 75,000 hectares in 2 years should not be a problem. And now the focus is on skilling and empowering the people and making sure that we are able to make a difference to their lives. And with that in mind, we are now creating infrastructure here so that the farmer is able to get the right quality of rubber at the source. And when he or she does that, they get a better realization because the quality improves. The farmer is able to realize a better price and he is connected directly with the end customer rather than depending on other people who will then add value. So we want to implement this strategy in the next 2 years and we are confident that 6 years from the first year of planting, we will see more rubber coming into the Northeast and you can understand the multiplier effect it will have. It will really create a difference and now we are visiting this place for last 4 years. Every visit we see how the lives are transformed, how the farmers are slowly raising their standard of living and we can see smiles on the faces of their families which also gives us a lot of joy and satisfaction. I mean, we are doing it for a socio-economic cause to make the country self-sufficient. At the same time, we are impacting the lives of the stakeholders, which really serves both the objectives.
ইয়াৰ লগে লগে আজি বাতৰিৰ পৰা মই দৰ্শনা বৰাই বিদায় লৈছো পৰৱৰ্তী বাতৰিৰ বাবে চাই থাকিব বিজনেছ নৰ্থ ইষ্ট